So, in the Bible, the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, the story of Lot and his wife, the story recounts in Genesis 19, 1-38, Lot and his wife and 2 daughters were visited by 2 angels and were urged to flee the city of Sodom before its immediate destruction by God. As they fled, Lot's wife disobeyed the angels' command to not look back and was turned into a pillar of salt. Now, in the Bible it says, the sun had risen on the earth when Lot came to Zoar. The Lord rained on Sodom and Gomorrah sulfur and fire from the Lord out of heaven, and he overthrew those cities and all of the valley and all of the inhabitants of the cities and what grew on the ground. But Lot's wife behind him looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. Now, that's what it says in the Bible. Now, there's a couple things to note about this. Now, crystallization structures of salt actually get rid of nuclear waste. There's actually new studies on it. I forget the exact name, but it's a crystallized salt structure. So maybe that's a little detail on there about Lot's wife. Now, also on another note, okay, it happened in and around Egypt and Libya. A lot of people don't realize that. Where these 12 cities. There's 12 cities in total, but 2 were really unholy, which was Sodom and Gomorrah. Some people just think it's 1 city. It's actually 2. Technically, it's 12 cities in total, but only 2 are bad. Now, what is Libyan desert glass? The Libyan desert glass, LDG, is a naturally occurring glass made of silica dioxide, and is generally found in Libyan desert, the western desert of Egypt. Widely scattered along the Libyan-Egyptian border, the great scientists say the glass is the largest known deposit of natural silica glass on the planet Earth, about 98%. Okay? The rock of God. Well, according to some sources, it was even known to prehistoric women. It was used as whatever tools, such as shaped blades dating to around 10,000 years ago. It's true. Now, Sodom and Gomorrah was simple cities in the biblical books of Genesis and destroyed by sulfur and fire. Okay? Now, where did this Libyan desert glass come from? Okay? Well, let's look at Wikipedia. Under Trinity. It's Trinity, but it stands for Trinity. Also known as Adamsite, or whatever type of glass. I'm not really good at pronouncing. It is glassy residue left on the desert floor after a plutonium-based Trinity nuclear bomb test on July 16, 1945, near blah blah blah, Mexico. The glass is primarily composed of arcesic sand composites of quartz grains and feldspar, both maracroline, and smaller amounts of, I can't really pronounce that word, with a small amount of calcite, honorably, and just a bunch of words. Anyways, and it is a matrix of sandy clay. Okay? The atomic blast, it was first accidentally described in America as American mineralogists. It is usually right here, people, right here, pay attention to this part. It is usually a light green, although red Trinity was also found in one section of the blast site, and a rare pieces of black. So green, red, and black. Okay? And it is mildly, so it won't kill you, it is mildly radioactive, but safe to handle. Like I said, it's radioactive, but safe to handle. Now, this stuff, right, where is it here? In the Libyan glass, is actually this stuff right here. It was made by Egyptians into jewelry, as you see here. This is a part of it right here and this part right here. And there's a lot of it. Basically, if you actually look online and go to Google and type it in, you'll actually see under the pictures a lot of this stuff. And a lot of it was made in the jewelry by the Egyptians. Okay? So, exactly, things like this. And so basically what I'm trying to say is, did God blast Sodom and Gomorrah with a nuclear bomb, but at the same time with the Lot's wife try to give us a hint of how to clean up nuclear waste at the same time nonchalantly? I don't know. But it's interesting that people overlook that the Egyptians and other cultures have actually used radioactive glass as special stones. But most likely, this spot that they're talking about, where 98% of the silicon all came from, okay, this would have been probably from Sodom and Gomorrah, okay? So, it's pretty interesting, but you never know, right? So, until next time, stay tuned.